the number one New Year's Day mistake. We are getting into the number one weight loss mistake that 99% of the people are making today. That is absolutely going to set you up to have the same exact weight loss goals in 2017 that you have today. Hands down, if you do not fix this, and I'm going to tell you how, you're going to have the same goals. And there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can't be apologetic about it, okay? You have absolutely got to overcome this mistake that is keeping you writing those same weight loss goals year after year. So first thing, we are failing to balance our desire for those motivating quick initial results. We're not balancing our desire to see those motivating initial quick results with doing something that's going to give us sustainable results beyond that first initial 5 to 10 pound weight loss, and that's going to set us up to keep the weight off once we hit our weight loss goals. That's the one thing that 90% of the people are doing wrong today. They're heading out the door to go do something that is either going to not give them the initial results that they need in order to stay motivated to keep going, or it's going to give them super quick results, but at the same time set them up for sabotage and rebound weight gain. You absolutely must balance the two if you want to not have these same exact goals next year. Here's why it's super important that you balance the two. Number one, results are motivating. So if you are starting today on a process that is not going to yield noticeable results for you in the next 7 to 14 days, I submit to you that you are likely going to be one of those people who have already fizzled out by the end of January. And I'm saying this in love. It's not judgment. I'm telling you because there's a lot of conflicting information out there, right? So you may be confused about which way you should go. And you may feel like you're doing the prudent thing to start with baby steps. However, the truth is a lot of us complain about lack of motivation, right? But the problem is if you're taking baby steps, especially the wrong ones, and you're not getting results, then your motivation is gone and you're not going to continue anyway. So point number one of why it's super important that we balance results with sustainability is that results are motivating. And that is how you are going to stay in the game, and that is how you're going to keep going. Number two, starting over is deflating. If you do not balance getting the initial quick results that motivate you with an approach that is sustainable and that's going to help you keep those results, you are guaranteed to need to start over. You'll either be starting over because you went about things at an approach that didn't give you results and you quit, or you got great initial results but they weren't sustainable, so you regained the weight. Regardless of why you end up in that starting over position, you still end up starting over, and starting over is deflated. That's the point of it. Nobody wants to do that. Starting over is super deflating. And then finally, number three, weight loss gets harder and harder with do-overs. So here's why weight loss gets harder and harder with do-overs. Because most times the way that we're losing the weight with those quick results that are not sustainable, we're losing muscle and we're losing fat. We're losing it equally. And sometimes we're losing more muscle than fat. So when it's all said and done, you've lost the weight, maybe you're a little bit smaller, but now your metabolism is slower and it takes more of a deficit to maintain your weight. It takes even more of a deficit to lose any weight. Translation, you need to eat even less and move even more if you're going to continue down that path, right? Eventually we get worn out. Eventually we get sick of it and we stop. And when we do that, you guys, when it's time to start over again, you're in a compromised position. Your metabolism is lower, you have less muscle, you burn less calories, and you are in a compromised position. So every single weight loss do-over gets harder and harder and harder, okay? So that's reason number three why you absolutely must balance your desire, and I'll even say your need for quick results, to be able to see something, to be able to get some positive feedback that says you're on the right track. You need to balance that with sustainability, being able to continue to lose weight beyond the initial results, and then being able to keep the weight off once you get it off. And you guys, that is the number one mistake that 99% of the people are making today on New Year's Day with how they're approaching their weight loss goals.